Act 4, Scene 5 in Hamlet. This is an intense scene. It's a little bit longer and there's a lot happening. So we see Ophelia and she is gone crazy. And the whole play we've been questioning, is Hamlet really crazy, or is he just acting that way? Is he just kind of yanking Polonius's chain? And there's definitely some of that, but there's also a lot of angst as well. But with Ophelia, there's no doubt she has actually gone crazy. And who could blame her? So her boyfriend has dumped her, and then, well, isn't exactly dumped her. She's had to dump him, and then he's totally dissed her, and then he murders her father. So it's quite intense, and her brother and her father kind of treat her as property and tell her what to do while they just do whatever they feel like. And so she's a very beautiful character, well, like physically, but she's got a beautiful spirit, but she's been pushed around, I think, one too many times by the men in her life, who all end up basically deserting her. So she's going a bit crazy. And so she comes in and talks to the queen, and they're wondering what is going on here. And then she makes a lot of telling comments, just a lot of sexual comments that makes you wonder what was the nature of her relationship with Hamlet. And it's not conclusive, but seems to be a very intimate relationship. And she's just going a bit crazy, and in some ways her comments don't make a lot of sense, but in other ways they're also very very telling, and a lot of suggestion there. So that's interesting. And then Laertes shows up, and he's found out that his father was murdered, and so he comes after the king for that. And the king very quickly reassures him, no, it wasn't me, it was Hamlet. And yes, turn your anger and your vengeance on Hamlet, not me. So then Laertes sees Ophelia, who has left and then come back in, and then he's even more distraught by the change in his sister since he's been away. So we'll have a go at this one. There's lots of characters, so if you'd like to follow along, just read the scene along with me, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Okay. I will not speak with her. She is importunate, indeed distract. Her mood will needs be pitied. What will she have? She speaks much of her father, says she hears there's tricks in the world, and hems and beats her heart, spurns enviously at straws, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing, yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection. They aim at it and botch the words up fit to their own thoughts, which as her winks and nods and gestures yield them, indeed would make one think there might be thought, though nothing sure, yet much unhappily. 'Twere good she were spoken with, for she may strew dangerous conjectures in ill-breeding minds. Okay, let her come in. To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some great amiss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt, it spills itself in fearing to be spilt. Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark? How now, Ophelia? How should I your true love know from one other one, by his cockle, hat, and staff, and sandal shoon? Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song? Say you? Nay, pray you, mark. He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head a grass-green turf, at his heels a stone, oh, oh. Nay, but, Ophelia, pray you, mark. White his shroud as the mountain snow. Alas, look here, my lord. Larded with sweet flowers, which bewept to the grave did go with true love showers. How do you, pretty lady? Well, God illed you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table. Conceit upon her father. Pray you, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day on the morning bee time, and I had a maid at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and up the chamber door, let in the maid that out a maid never departed more. Pretty Ophelia, indeed without an oath I'll make an end on it. By God and by Saint Charity, alack and fie for shame, young men will do it if they come to it, by cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. He answers, so I would have done by yonder sun, as thou hadst not come to my bed. How long has she been thus? I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. Follow her close. Give her watch. Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First, her father slain, next, your son gone, and he most violent author of his own just remove. The people muddied, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers, for good Polonius' death, and we have done but greenly and hugger-mugger to inter him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment, without the which we are pictures or mere beasts. Last, and as much containing as all these, her brother is in secret come from France, feeds on his wonder, keeps himself in clouds, and wants not buzzards to infect his ear with pestilent speeches of his father's death. Just as an aside, does that remind you of anything? The ear and death? That's how Claudius murdered the king. Okay. Wherein necessity of matter beggared, will nothing stick our person to arraign in ear and ear. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like to a murdering piece in many places, gives me superfluous death. Oh, alack, what noise is this? Where are my Switzerds? Let them guard the door. What is the matter? Save yourself, my lord. The ocean, overpeering of his list, eats not the flats with more impetuous haste than young Laertes. In a riotous head overbears your officers. The rabble call him lord, and as the world were now but to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, the ratifiers and props of every word they cry, choose we! Laertes shall be king! Caps, hands, and tongues applauded to the clouds. Laertes shall be king! Laertes king! How cheerfully on the false trail they cry, oh, this is counter, you false Danish dogs! The doors are broke! Where is this king? Sirs, stand you all without. No, let's come in. I pray you, give me leave. We will, we will. Oh, freezing up there. I don't know what we caught there. We will, we will. I thank you. Keep the door. O thou vile king, give me my father. Comely, good Laertes. That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard, cries cuckold to my father, brands the harlot even here between the chaste unsmirched brows of my true mother. What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear our person. There's such divinity doth hedge a king, that treason can but peep to what it would, acts little of his will. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed. Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man. Where is my father? dead. But not by him, not by him. Let him demand his fill. How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father. Who shall stay you? My will? Not all the world, and for my means I'll husband them so well, they shall go far with little. Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father's death, is it writ in your revenge that swoop-stake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser? None but his enemies. Will you know them then? To his good friends thus wide, I'll ope my arms, and like the kind, life-rendering pelican, repass them with my blood. Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am most guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce as day does to your eye. Let her come in. How now? What noise is that? Okay, we're going to pause here and I'll make a second video for part 2.